Are you new to DIY e-juice making? Well, I think you come to the right place. So when you're new and you're just getting into anything, the first question always is, well, where do I start? How do I start? What do I need? Well, let's get into that, because I took a couple steps to get where I am. So instead of you wasting your time and money, I'm going to show you what to and what not to do. Now, when I started, I was measuring by drops. I quickly found out that all dropper tips are not created equal. When you get your flavorings, different companies have different size droppers. So I quickly abandoned that route. So then I went to mixing by volume. Yes, the milliliters, by milliliters. Well, the first thing is you get syringes. They start out, they look like this. You got to wash them all the time, and the next thing you know, they look like that. The numbers wash off, the lines wash off, so you can't see anything. Trying to get these little drawn up juice, finding the little line if it didn't wash off yet. So then I tried these things, the pipettes. Little squeeze top, you stick it in there, you drop the juice. Well, these are like raised little lines with numbers. I can't see them. So guess what? Yep, I abandoned that too. So I moved to a scale. So don't be like me, don't go through all those little silly steps. Just go right out and get yourself a scale. This is the one that I use. It's a pretty good scale. It measures in 0.00, 2 decimals over. Comes with the weights, comes with everything. And it'll make your life a lot easier. A nice big digital readout. It's the way to go. Don't mess around like I did. Just go get a scale. It even comes with a bowl, so if you have a girlfriend or a wife and she's saying, what are you buying that for? She can use it too to do some cooking with. She can measure out recipes and stuff, and she can use it for that too. So if your old lady's getting on your case, just tell her, hey, it's not just for me. I'm thinking of you too. Now you're going to need something to mix in. People go out and they get beakers and all kinds of crazy stuff to mix in. Well, then you're mixing stuff in something, then you're doing whatever you're doing to it. Then you got to dump it and transfer it over into the bottle. Just go get bottles. Whatever you're going to utilize, you're going to use every day, just mix it in there. Saves you an extra step. In the long run, it saves you a potential mess. Now you can get the little plastic bottles that are a dusty white, not real clear, and they're nice and soft and they squeeze easy. You can get the clear ones, a little bit harder. I know what you're saying. Some people say glass are better. Yes, the glass ones probably are better. The plastic ones, they do absorb the flavor. You can wash them out and the flavor's still going to get into the plastic and stay there. But if you are mixing your favorite flavor, which is strawberries and cream, save that bottle. When that bottle's empty, put strawberries and cream back in it. Glass ones are better. They do not hold the flavor. They wash out a lot easier, but they are also more expensive. Squeeze dropper tops instead of the little drip tips that come with these. So it's all personal preference. I will say another thing, that if you get the brown bottles, glass ones, the brown glass bottles, they are better for keeping your juice. It keeps the sunlight out more efficiently than the clear plastic. But I don't know about you, my juice doesn't last that long. Next thing you're going to need is gloves. Nitrile, however you pronounce it, gloves. Whenever you're using nicotine, you don't want that raw pure nicotine to get onto your skin. It will absorb into your skin. It can make you very ill or even kill you if you get enough. So you got a scale to do all your measuring. You got your bottles to mix in. You got your gloves to keep the nicotine off your skin. Now we need something to measure and put in those bottles. The first thing you're going to have to do is define your flavor profile. Do you like beverages? Do you like bakery goods? Do you like tobaccos? There's lots of places to get recipes. So say you figure out, okay, I want to start with a strawberries and cream. So you go and you type in wherever you're at, strawberries and cream. You get a list of recipes. Now some of them will just say, go to blah blah company and get their strawberries and cream. That's not the way I do it. That takes all the fun out of DIY. I'm not doing it just to make juice to save money. That's one part of it, but the other part is it's fun. I enjoy it. I'm one of those guys that likes to tinker, so I play around with different flavors and different combinations, and I want to be able to make the strawberries and cream flavor with strawberries and different creams and custards and whatever. I don't want to go get, say, I want Apple Jack cereal. Well, go to whatever company and get their Apple Jacks. Like I said, that's not fun for me. I would rather get the cinnamon, the apples, and whatever else it takes to make the Apple Jacks. So you look at the recipes, and the reason why you're looking at recipes is to get an idea of what kinds of flavorings you're going to need. Now, flavoring is all subjective. I can't tell you what to get because if I'm a big strawberry banana fan and you are not, then it's not going to work. But there are some basic things that you should have once you figure out what your thing is. I'm a big cereal fan, so I like cereal vapes. Vape Wild has a thing called Cerealizer. Yes, Cerealizer. They made up a word. We'll just go with it. But it's a good base for cereals. I find it works really, really well as a base for cereal vapes. Now, a Vienna cream and a fresh cream is a good base for creams and ice creams. Vanilla custard and vanilla bean ice cream is a real good base for ice creams and milkshakes. Marshmallow and whipped cream is always good to have on hand. Bavarian cream is another one. Bavarian cream is in just about every recipe. Go on the web and look at recipes and see what's listed. If you find that common element in 5 or 6 recipes, then make sure you have that on hand. Something I find I use a lot is hazelnut. Hazelnut is a flavor enhancer. You don't use a lot, you use just like 0.5% or 0.3%, somewhere around in there, usually about 0.5%. But it's a flavor enhancer. It boosts flavors, it makes things shine. Another one is pear or Fuji apple. You use a little bit in your fruit concoctions. It will enhance the flavors of those fruits. It'll make the strawberries shine. It'll make them really pop. Now I just started out, so I got flavorings, and when I did, I got just little 10 ml bottles of flavorings. I got a bunch to try. I did just like I told you. I went and I looked at recipes for things that I thought I would like, and I looked at ingredients. And I seen those common ones, and I got those. And then I thought, what do I like? I like strawberries. So I got a couple different types of strawberries. Because I found if you use a strawberry flavor, when it calls for, say you're making a strawberries and cream, and you put in, say, fresh cream and a little bit of vanilla custard and then a strawberry flavor, it tastes okay. But if you use Flavor Art strawberry and TFA's strawberry ripe and a little bit of TFA's strawberry, it tastes a lot better. Say you want a caramel apple. If you use caramel, there's 2 different caramels you can use. You can use that candy caramel, use the regular caramel, which is the soft, creamy caramel. You mix them together, and you come up with a really good caramel, and you put that on an apple. Fuji apple and a red apple, or green apple and mix your apples together. Don't just say, okay, well, it's a caramel apple, so I'm going to get one caramel and an apple, stick them together, and ta-da, I have a caramel apple. But start out with the 10 mils. They're cheap. You can taste them, you can mix them, you can experiment, and figure out which ones you need, which ones are laying around and still in your drawer, and which ones go real quick. So you're going to need nicotine. Many different types, many different places to get nicotine, and there's many different strengths. Now, I've been a Vape Wild customer for over a year now, and like I said, I am new to this as well. So my nicotine I got from Vape Wild. I like their juice, I vape their juice, so I know what their nicotine is like. 100 milligram nicotine, comes in a nice little bottle, pour spout. When not in use, I keep it in this plastic bag. That way it doesn't spill and I don't get it on my skin. If you vape without any nicotine, skip this step. That brings us to the next thing you're going to need. You're going to need PG and VG. Vape Wild customer, used their juice. So I just started out, when I started out, I just got my PG and VG from them as well. Next thing I would recommend is pre-mix your blend. I have a 75-25 mix. 75 VG, 25 PG. And I vape at 2 milligrams of nicotine. So I take one of these bottles, I mix my PG and my VG and my nicotine, all pre-mixed, ready to go. Got a video of how to make this. So why do this? Okay, well, when you're mixing your juice, you put your little bottle on your scale and you start dripping in 2 grams of this flavor, 1 gram of that flavor, 0.3 grams of this flavor, and then when you're all done, then you got to figure out your percentage of your PG, your percentage of your VG, how much nicotine you need, and you got to mix all that, and now you got to play with nicotine. You're playing with that nicotine one time. Not all the time, not playing with it to put it in a little bottle every time you mix something. Nope, you put in your flavors. When you're done adding your flavors, you top off your bottle with your pre-mixed blend, and you're done. Shake it up real good, get that nicotine mixed throughout so you don't have those little hot spots of pockets of nicotine. Get it mixed real good, because we all know VG is real thick. So you shake it up, mix it up, and then top off your juices. It's real simple. Makes your mixing go real quick. So the point is, to get started in the DIY juice, you really don't need a lot. I can't stress this enough. Skip all the other ways and go out and get a scale. You don't need beakers and containers. Mix in the bottle you're going to use. Get yourself some gloves, some PG, some VG, some nicotine. Figure out your flavor profile, go look at some recipes and find what flavorings you need, and get a few to start and start experimenting. The last thing that you should get, and is the most important, is a recipe book. Get something, watch this video. It is the most important thing that you need. Well, I'm fairly new at this, and whether you're thinking about getting started or you're just starting to, come on along. We'll learn together. We'll share our ideas, share recipes, but most of all, we'll have fun experimenting and making our own e-juice. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to keep tracking more videos and recipes. This is Blind Views, and as always, that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.
Loud.